now.
Now it started.
So it's been a while since last session. I'd say more than 3 weeks at least.
About 3 years.
So a quick recap. You guys gathered at the Yawning Portal because you planned to put a stop to the drow assassin that was assassinating elves in the Dock Ward. Turns out Max's house was robbed
So it was
during the night, and yeah, but you guys went on with your plan anyway.
You forgot the important bit where Three Strings is alive.
Three Strings is alive and apparently doesn't want to share about what happened. You guys managed to do a little. Well, you guys planned to do a little bait and switch, and you guys managed to save the half-elf sailor. I believe his name was Haldor, and captured the drow. You gave him to Devil Starsong and the Zentrum, who paid you and maybe gave a little promotion to Mordai Lawson.
Made us an offer we could refuse.
You guys did refuse.
I love those offers. They're my favorite.
Let's see what else. You guys then, interestingly, Jet spent the night at Trollskull Manor and found the orphans there, and he let them spend the night. You guys then, in the morning, I believe, gathered to investigate the burglary of Velini Manor. You guys found some shoe prints, or like a shoe print of a heel.
And then
it
wasn't a heel.
Yeah, exactly, and a footprint. You guys then decided to go to the library of the Blackstaff Tower to research the Black Viper. But you guys all rolled terribly.
Terribly.
Except for Raven, who was decent at least.
We rolled terribly that entire half set, like the second half.
It was like we shouldn't be doing shit right now. Let's go to fucking bed. Like,
but importantly, you guys leveled to level 3. Congratulations!
Nice. Almost max HP, boys. Almost max HP.
What fucking time of day is it?
so
It's still relatively early, right? Like we handed over the guy first thing. We went to check out.
Yeah,
the
I'm
house,
gonna
and
say
now we come to the library. So it's not like evening. It hasn't been that.
after no. There's been a few hours studying. You guys, I'm assuming, have had lunch in between. And Raven, during your studies within the library, you get a telepathic message again. You recognize the arcane voice of Jastafar. And she says, if your studies are not too important, come upstairs. I wish to have a talk.
Booty call. I say to the others.
Alright, dude.
Hang on. Shouldn't we specify bring your friends or not? I'll just go. I'll excuse myself from the others. I'll be back in a bit and go see what she wants.
Okay. Yeah, you climb the stairs. There are about 13 levels in total. And yes, say the magic word, I'm assuming. And you enter Vajra's office, which is empty except for her, and she is sitting behind her stone tablet desk. She says, very swift of you. Come in.
I bow and enter.
Mm-hmm. You see the black staff itself leaning against the tablet.
How may I be of service?
Well, now you are officially within my ranks of the Force Grey. I wish to get to know you better as an employee.
Ooh.
It really is a booty call.
Booty, exactly. Okay. Of course, Blackstaff. It'd be my pleasure.
Yeah, she nods. And wait for you to sit down.
I guess I sit down if she's not offering a drink. Not all that casual, apparently. No, I sit down.
She doesn't offer a drink, but you do notice a couple of some sort of wine or something in front of her. She says, first of all, I have heard your name in different manners. What should I call you? Willem or Raven?
Call me Willem, please. Raven is informal.
Alright.
It would not be appropriate, I think.
Similarly, in the presence of others, I wish you to call me Blackstaff. It is a title that must be respected.
Indeed.
Now, I know many things, but I wish to know your opinion on some of them. What do you think of your companion, the one who goes by Max? He has joined our ranks.
Don't worry, because I'll take off my headphones.
Kind of mull it over.
Nah, actually I won't.
Max is evidently extremely capable, and let's, if I may be so hypocritical as to phrase it like this, the rashness and opinions of his youth sometimes cause his heart to rule over his head. It doesn't mean that he isn't useful, capable, or won't amount to anything one day. It just means he's young.
Alright. Bravery and naivety are often closely tied together. Make sure to watch over him, but also be careful. The loud ones are not always the best ones to guard your back.
Just so, Blackstaff.
And what of Mordai Lawson? I know he has some sort of arcane power within himself, granted by some sort of unearthly being.
Yes.
But he has
certainly.
refused my invitation.
I would certainly classify him as a warlock, as a
Modern bitch.
under the definitions of arcane casters. I have yet to ascertain from him the full details of the patron from whom he draws his power. The most I know about Mr. Lawson is that he has close ties to the Gentarine, is in fact a member, and ascending the ranks there, even as I myself ascend the ranks here under your guidance.
I see. Well, if you would, try and convince him that I could teach him many things concerning his magic.
I will endeavor to discover his goals and sway him using them.
Alright. Similarly, I have spoken before of your skill in the sword, which is not usual amongst these parts. For an arcane learned of yourself. There are many teachers in the tower, many people that could guide you, that could teach you many valuable lessons. I believe there is even one from the Neverwinter Woods here. One that could teach you more about the specifics of your blade dancing.
I would be very interested in meeting this person, Blackstaff.
Alright, I'll
why
try
I
and see
traveled to Neverwinter in the first place.
Also, I believe the elves of the Neverwinter Woods have a close relationship to the god Miliki. There is a temple here in the seaward. It is called the Shrines of Nature. If you are interested, I recommend you go there. There will be many friendly faces for you.
I shall consider it closely. Thank you, Blackstaff, for the information.
Not to worry. Is there anything I can do for you right now?
I kind of flip open, like, I was sort of, like, carrying, like, the notebook I was writing stuff down about the Black Viper in earlier. I kind of flip it open, look at what I've got, and think about it for a second. I say, no thank you, Blackstaff. I think I'm set with everything I need to accomplish my goals at the moment.
In that case, let me charge you with your next mission.
You can charge me for fucking time, like, that'll be 2.5 days.
You're a lot per hour. I need to go.
It's consultation. In the dock wards, that'll be 10 gold. I am as ever ready.
She She mutters some arcane words, and a box appears on the stone tablet. It is currently closed, but she says, "There is a matter which needs to be investigated. There shouldn't be much danger, but I advise you to bring your companions nonetheless. A bronze dragon has recently appeared in the harbor of Waterdeep. It has taken refuge in the various shipwrecks, and I do not know its goals. It might be a threat. I know the bronze dragons, relating to the color, they are usually friendly. But I need to be
usually
sure.
of good intention. Friendly is another matter, Blackstaff. I shall investigate it as soon as possible. A dragon in the harbour is potential dangers to the entire city as long as it remains unchecked.
I am glad you understand.
Sorry, Blackstaff. Excuse my inattentiveness. Was there a name for this elf from Neverwinter Woods here in the tower that I was to meet?
Give me a moment. And she starts casting spell as I look up the name.
She's got to cast powerful 5th level spells of Remember Name.
I wish I had that spell in my life. That'd be
really useful.
That'd be the most useful 5th level spell. Like, what else can cast at that level? Maybe it
doesn't have
level.
the what's that feat called that allows you to remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
don't have the.
I wish I could remember.
I had it on Yami.
Bullshit, yeah.
We've had it a few times. Yeah.
His name is Althalos. He's one of the more veteran elves in the tower.
Althalos. I shall seek him out when I have a free moment.
Do not worry, I will arrange a meeting. I believe you have taken residence up in Trollskull Manor.
That's correct, Blackstaff.
And he will make time. I am sure his schedule is also very busy.
Naturally.
All right.
I shall leave you to get back to your, no doubt, extremely busy day, Blackstaff. My companions will be wondering why I'm taking so long in the toilet.
All right. Well, good luck, Willem.
Thank you, Blackstaff. And I, sort of go out backwards, and then
Okay.
Head back downstairs.
She regards you as you leave, and she, just with a blank stare.
Booty call next time. I go down to the others.
Okay. So at this point, it's been a few hours of study. I'd say it's around 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
I see you back. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, man.
Forgive my absence. That Vajra Safar wanted to see me about something. I kind of flip open like a notebook, or not like a notebook, but like a sort of a blank book that I've been writing, and I say, I think I've got everything we'll find here. Shall we? I don't know. Find somewhere to get. I guess we've already had lunch. Should we get out of here? Head back to Trollskull Manor.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone's here, right?
Wait, what did you find out though, dude? You could have said to me, I've been looking in these books for like hours.
I mean, I'm sure you found some of the same things I did.
Nah.
A few references over the last 150 years. Always a figure, appears out of thin air, more or less. No one ever seems to know where he comes from. Menace to the law, consistently.
The devil think it's the he, huh?
The texts don't... Actually, that's a good question. The texts don't actually specifically mention. Why were we searching for the Black Viper in the first place? Remind me. What happened last
Dude, he
session?
nicked the shit from my dad's place.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's... Wait, how do we know it was the... What was the association? Remind me.
He had the fucking... I pull out the card with the sidelight mask. He left this shit, remember?
Oh, yeah, we found the card.
He's calling card.
We didn't find anything else because we fucked up the perceptions.
Nah, dude, he had the high-heeled shoes. That's why I was asking if it was a dude or not.
Yeah. I mean, given the 150-year history of the occurrences, it's not even certain that it's the same person. could be a
Could be a
title.
copycat, yeah.
As far as I could tell, they're not shy to commit crimes, any of them. Burglary, assassination. Doesn't seem like they have a huge moral, qualm about getting up to these sort of things. After a while, the name began to spread amongst the common people because they had a habit of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. So I guess there's a moral angle on it there, but they killed people, they stole whatever, they're a criminal. And the biggest heist I could find on record was the Casalinator Bank in 1378. They stole a sizable amount from the well-guarded vault and disappeared shortly after. Popular theory being that they were caught and punished by death secretly, and there is apparently a small mausoleum in their name in the City of the Dead, which is possibly worth swinging by.
Sounds
Just
nice
to
and
check something off the
spooky, yeah,
list.
why not? You can check to see if
Feels-
there's any, anything there.
Feels strange that I would be caught and executed secretly. Feels like something
Right?
that...
Normally want to display to the public what happens if you fuck with the city, right?
Depends on how their
Maybe
reputation was at the time, I suppose.
Maybe
That-
also depends on who it was. Maybe
Well,
they
there
don't
are
know
angles on
who
it.
the first person was.
if
for some reason.
if the Black Viper potentially committed crimes that were never officially documented or discovered that would have come out in a public trial,
Yes.
perhaps it was just perhaps there was embarrassment to the city in general, and the extent of this person's
it never
ability to
happened,
flout the law didn't want to be. I mean, this is just a theory. I have nothing substantial to back this up. That's just how I can see someone being executed secretly.
Yeah, I guess there's reasons. We can check out the grave.
The only other thing of note that has actually nothing to do with the Black Viper is, and I look at a Max at this and I say, and presumably by extension, we have a new assignment from Vajra Safar.
Oh, that was fast. I thought it would be like a month or some shit.
Yeah, well, something of a situation seems to have produced itself. According to Vajra, there's a bronze dragon has taken up residence in the waters of the docks, nesting amongst the shipwrecks and various, caves of the deep.
Fucking serious?
And,
One of dragons already? Fucking hell.
So someone's got to go find out what it's what.
Bronze, those are good ones or the
Yeah,
shit ones?
metallic.
I always forget.
It is
Okay.
of a metallic flight, and therefore traditionally good and moral, if not necessarily friendly and outgoing.
Sure, so more to go talk to him than rather go kill it.
Precisely. Our assignment is to investigate its presence and find out what, if anything, it was.
Wait, in like the naval harbor or the great harbor?
She said it was nesting amidst shipwrecks and so forth. So I'd imagine in the Great Harbor. I can't assume the naval harbor is kept kind of clear of like.
Oh, right,
stuff.
yeah.
It might even honestly be out potentially beyond the seawall. I mean, it's dragon, I'm sure it goes where it likes. So,
Yeah. Is there a lot
There's
of
a-
shipwrecks track going like the great harbor? Or the naval harbor? Or, like, I don't know. You're muted. You're muted.
Still muted.
Muted! Muted!
Yeah, hello. Great Harbor, not in recent times, not very often. There's been a few wars there on the sea,
Sure.
which would produce various
So
shipwrecks.
it's like an old city. So just like historically,
Yeah.
there are a few at the bottom of the Great Harbor, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I said, yeah, it's a dragon. I'm sure if we ask around if we can't find it, asking around the docks is sure to produce a sighting.
Wait, but dragons, like, they can't live underwater, right? I don't know much about dragons.
Depends on its age, I suppose.
Depends on its age, and I believe the species. I'm
Yep.
not
Alright.
an expert, but I believe some are aquatic.
Okay, well, I can't, like, breathe underwater, though. But, like, sure, we can go down. If it's, like, real deep, though, do you have any spells and, like,
No, I've got
send, like, we can use?
I've got like a memory of like a very like OG roleplay campaign, like fighting a dragon in a lake. I can't remember why, but that was
Yeah.
that
That
was
was
like,
a mist dragon, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mist dragon.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh.
coming back.
That Miss Dragon. Gregor,
The
bye-bye.
one, yeah,
Ooh.
the one-shot breath attack.
Alright, well, yeah, we can go.
Yeah.
It sounds
I'm
fucking
assuming
cool,
you
though.
you
Like,
took the box, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
What's in it?
You open it? Okay.
Man,
There
What's in the
at some
box?
point.
four vials in it.
thanks.
Vials of water
Well,
breathing.
while we're in a magical library with all sorts of reference books, I'm going to look up what these vials are.
Read the label on them, Jacko.
It is a
Fucking
water
instant
What
wisdom.
did I say is Vajra's provided us with the tools she believes we'll need.
Oh, fucking cool. But okay, so then for her, so even though they're not like they're not part, she expects those two to just like help you.
She expects me to make use of the tools she's given them. I mean, I wouldn't mind your help, Mordai or Jet, but we could also use the other potions to make a potential second trip if we needed to between the two of us.
That's true.
Mordai and Jet are under no obligation, obviously.
Yeah.
Which
I think a bronze dragon does seem.
What's
seem
my
like
understanding
a
of this, Jacko?
brat.
Do I get paid for doing these things, or like I can't remember what happened the first time, or is this like this is just like within my general salary? And so specifically, would Mordai and Jet get anything like financially out of doing this for Blacksoft Tower, or like? I can't remember what the reward structure
No,
was
there
last
hasn't been
time.
any agreement of like payments on these missions.
But I
Because in
thought I
general,
got paid for being a member of the Grey Force, right?
Yeah, we get like a salary, I think.
yeah, you get a salary. Yeah.
But that's more. But that's in addition to Chris's normal salary.
I don't think so.
Chris's
I think
salary has
that's
been hiked up.
Yeah, it's
Hyped
been
up,
an
okay.
upgrade from being a
How is mine
little
relevant to
library
his
nerd.
salary? How much more does he get paid for actually having to do work when I don't have to do shit and I also get paid? What's my salary compared
Oh,
to
yeah,
his?
what are my administrative?
You might as well quit your normal
Extra.
shit, man,
Those
if
are
it
good
doesn't pay the
questions. Let me actually think about that
Okay,
after
sure.
the session.
Yeah. Let's do a
Back
few years of downtime
back
so I
up.
get some money.
Honestly, though, the administrative
bank.
stuff for me is more like just an opportunity to hang out in the library and like,
Yeah.
But yeah,
It never seems like actually it fucking works, so who knows what you actually do. Like,
I mean, I do like a couple of hours here of like administrative stuff
Sure.
a day or whatever.
I'm like, well,
Just lifted
fucking dragon in the fucking harbor, creepy mausoleum of supposedly dead man.
Hang on, I know what I forgot to open. I didn't open up my quest journal. Quests. Okay, what do we got?
Question.
Discover the truth behind the haunting of Trollskull Manor. Find an ever-empty stash. Talk to Mert about a loan to upgrade the manor.
Oh, put that right at the fucking bottom, dude. I don't give a shit anymore.
Hang, painting, and study. Man, I thought that was really important, huh? Check out
Quest journal.
Max's shady dad.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Check out Dragon
Kind of.
Harbor. And, look...
Black
Same
Viper
thing.
Mausoleum.
Yeah, Black Viper Mausoleum. Who could spell mausoleum? Certainly not me. Wait, that's correct?
I might have had to do
Yes.
Apparently you can't spell mausoleum.
I'm like, well, I kind of like the mausoleum or dragon ship, but maybe that should put some, whenever I get given something, I immediately stop caring about the stuff in the past.
I mean, we got with the afternoon. I could do with a stretch of the legs. Let's go walk around the city.
That's a nice fucking walk anyway, right?
See if we can find this mausoleum. See if there's anything interesting about it.
Yeah, the city dead is actually a nice walk. I remember you telling me it's also like a park, basically, right, Jacob?
Yeah. It is both a park, like an open park, and
Let's get some beers, guys. It's a nice day.
a place of worship and remembrance.
Dude, I can find some
So, so you guys take your time to travel towards the city of the dead. I mean,
Yeah.
there's. Sorry?
I would note that I need to go to the Pagoda real quick and leave some stuff there.
Is that sort of on the way, or?
Yeah, it's over here, so it's just above
okay,
the.
yeah.
so the-
Oh, like so if we're like walking around looking for things, you could like
You
easily
could
just
pop
like
in,
slip
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Mordai also stood near the city of the dead. So weird you two are like, like right next
Yeah,
to it.
like
Very
Raven
cheap prices.
was like over here or something,
Yeah,
right?
I lived above a mortuary. Okay, like it's.
I thought where
not my
the-
fault.
The action happens in the city.
Real estate is cheap. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I didn't
Yeah.
choose
So,
that location.
what do you?
Oh,
what do you guys
on the
do?
way, I'll suggest like okay, so let's spend a couple of hours checking. I mean, if we don't find his mausoleum, we don't find it. Like it might, who knows if it's even still there? If you vandalized.
Yeah, right. It's sort of made up shit. Yeah.
And I figured if we can stomach another evening in a tavern in the dock ward, it might be good to spend tonight gathering potential information, rumors about this dragon, and so on, and then tomorrow go out and.
Dragons, they nocturnal or they don't really give a shit, they're dragons.
I'll roll for this one, Jacko, but no.
You can roll to see what you know about
expectation
dragons, or about dragons specifically.
Let's see if we can get a nice high. Nature.
What is it? Nature, yeah. What's my nature
We're
like?
all rolling.
I
Um,
know they got wings.
you know they can see in the dark, but you don't know
Yeah,
if
okay,
that means
sure.
they're always
Yeah.
nocturnal or not.
Okay. Yeah, I say they certainly aren't hampered by night, or the depths of underwater and stuff. They can see clearly.
Sure, but make good in
Right.
fashion. Don't want to fuck up its sleep schedule,
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
So if we should
Alright.
go in the morning, then
True.
it's either getting up or going to bed. It's fine.
So you guys walk around the city of the dead. It is quite lovely. There's a lot of grassy hills, flower beds. There's like carefully placed like trees and brushes, and they're tended to. You see a few government employees like actually carrying to this place. And yeah, you guys walk around. Everybody who wants to try and search for this mausoleum, roll me an investigation check.
Bam. Fuck.
Man, why do you suck at these
Mordai the
jokes?
investigator. Let me
Oh,
show you
look
how
at
it's
you
done.
guys are the ones with the +4.
Let me show you how it's done, Mordai.
Hey!
Oh, nice. Okay.
Stupid rolls. Maybe I should have done this before. Yeah, I should have. Damn
We're
it!
gonna
Always done this already before.
clear out the bad roll buffer.
Ah.
It is tradition. 1 second. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Jad departs for a little bit, goes to the temple, the pagoda. And after about an hour, 'cause this place is pretty big. You guys know specifically to try and look for a mausoleum, but there are many of them out there around here. Some huge, some small and unremarkable. But yeah, Max, as you're walking around, you suddenly spot one mausoleum, like one stone building that seems unremarkable at first, but you see engraved within the stone, and it is vague at this point. It seems pretty old. You see something akin to the calling card that you found. It is an engraving of a mask.
You drinking a beer, Potter?
No, that's not a beer.
You're like ready to do the camera, like
Otherwise-
cheers.
You're gonna have to have an incident.
Podrick never fucking
Yeah, you
finished
must-
last night, okay? It's like
Looks like
Podrick's
it did.
like, you guys think this is a little early? I'm calling this a little late.
Okay, so when I see this, I'll like, I'm assuming the other two are like, looking at different ones, like who are within fucking earshot. I'll be like, yo, you two, come here.
Yeah, the classic, like, I'm in range to be there on a first turn of initiative if something goes wrong, but I'm also far enough away to maximize
30
the
feet,
searching.
exactly. Right. So I'll be like, yo, you two, come here, look. Hey, see, I found something.
Yeah.
A jog on over.
Ooh.
I'll kind of point out, like, look, that's a fucking mask, right? I kind of, I have like the card out, compared to each other.
It does look like it.
It is a bit different, but yeah.
Alright.
it's-
Stylized, but similar.
Hey, show this.
Dude, like, I mean,
Show us
there's
the
no like
handout.
having markings of who this is or any shit. It's
Do we have a
suspicious.
handout for the mask? We should, right? Like, it's like
No, but I
What?
did give you a picture of an impression.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's somewhere
in
in
this
Discord.
chat.
I can just fucking get my phone out.
Yeah, it's only like 3 bag. It's like an Antonio Banderas mask with little like frills going down the sides.
Sure.
Antonio Banderas mask. What?
Like a
Like a Zorro mask.
Antonio Banderas.
I think you hit more like pictures of Zorro.
I'm never hung out with
Actually,
Antonio.
Puss in Boots also wears a mask, right? So actually, it's
I mean,
not just
you might call him
Zorro.
Antonio
Anthony Hopkins,
Banderas.
man.
To me, he's Tony B. But
You really plays Tony?
you call him Antonio Banderas, I'm a bit closer.
Oh, okay, sure. Wait, Jack,
Okay,
like, so how
sorry, Jack,
how
can
big
you
a
just-
mausoleum is this? Yeah, yeah.
Do the
Sorry?
description again.
Yeah, describe them as like, is it a big one that like you got? Like mausoleums
it
always
is,
have like a doorway.
You
right?
almost looked over it because it is one of the smaller ones. It is old grey stone. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be very well tended to compared to some of the other tombs and mausoleums around the place. You can see if you like take a second to look at it, you can see the mask with the symbol, but it's starting to erode.
And
Okay.
it just has the mast symbol. It doesn't have a name.
It does not have a name.
But it's
and,
like,
and you can see there is a door, a stone door, but in front of it is a fence as well, like a metal fence or
going around the whole of
gate.
it.
No, just around the door that you have to
Like
push
a sort of,
into,
like
into
an
a-
extra sort of like enclosure.
Yeah,
I
area
understand.
sort of
extra
thing.
enclosure, exactly. And there is a lock on the fence, a padlock.
How new does a lock look in reference to like the rest of it?
Oh yeah, that's a good shout. Is it
It's a funny
maintained
investigation,
or...
you know.
Yeah, you take a little time. You can definitely see the lock is a lot newer, but I mean that makes sense because
Yeah, right.
otherwise it would be useless if
Yeah.
it was more than 100 years old.
Is the lock at all like in bad condition, like a bit rusted, a bit sort of, or is it like it look like someone's got a sort of interest in keeping this under, you know?
Yeah, I
under,
mean,
like, a
yeah,
safe
you
lock?
don't like. I don't think it's possible to fail if you actually take
Sure,
time with
yeah.
multiple eyes. Yeah, you realize this is a pretty new look. There's no rust on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, given like the percussive rattle and everything, it's like, yep, doesn't just break.
Oh, like, that's like not like super suspicious about something, right? Like, that's
And
interesting.
okay, so the mask carving on the tomb was like obviously sort of like front and center, you know, like the thing like it was carved on the tomb where a name would
Yeah,
be.
it's
not like
above
a
the
little.
doorway.
It's
Yeah.
not that
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
like came along after and like scribbled it in a corner. Cool. Okay.
Not graffiti.
And so you say, okay, there's a stone door, like just sort of like a big stone block, as would be in front of the mausoleum, right? Looks like it'd be pretty
Well,
heavy
it
to
looks
get
like to be
through,
a
or-
stone block that is carved in two and that has to be pushed.
Sure. Looks like it'd be
inwards.
pretty hard to get through, or like it looks like it.
I mean-
It's meant to be
it's hard to
opened,
judge from
or
here.
it's like a stylized.
It's hard to judge.
It looks like it's meant to be open. There's a decent. You can already see a decent gap between the two stone blocks.
Ooh, I'm pretty svelte.
If I kind of glance around, wait, there's a gap between the stone blocks.
Yeah.
Like how big of a gap? You can see through it, gap, or
He's
You
thinking
can see
like Missy
the
Step
beginnings
Boys.
of the staircase downwards.
Ooh,
Stone staircase
staircase downwards. Okay, I guess if we're paying and seeing that, but like, this isn't just like stairway downwards. That's like, that's like for one person.
yeah, this ain't no small deal as it's supposed to kind of look from the outside. This is
Big deal, yeah.
some big deal shit.
Should we?
You asked if there's people around.
What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Sorry, I glance around, sort of like nonchalantly, you know, as
Yeah,
as a
you see,
bike thief before getting the, you know. got
Yeah, you
bike
see,
thieving.
like not too far away, I'd say about 40 feet, is one of the garden tenders who occasionally looks disgruntled in your direction after Max shouted out across the graveyard.
Classic. This place lock at night?
No, it does not lock at night.
Okay. Okay. Like lowering, I'm not lowering my voice because obviously, like, we weren't talking loudly, but just sort of like, you know, very specifically just to the others. I'm like, if we're gonna do a little spot of light grave investigating, might be an idea to come back, sort of come to cover of darkness, just so no one gets the sort of wrong impression.
I agree.
Grave
Yeah, I
robbing
can
is
see that, I can see
definitely.
Yeah,
Not that
grave
that's what we're going to be
investigating.
doing, but like they might think that that's what we're up to if they saw us, and like take it seriously in that level, even though that's obviously not what we'd be up to.
Yeah, when really we're heroes. Yeah, I get you.
But mark this spot.
Joker, which spot is this? I look at the overview map and I'm good.
It is a little deeper into the city of the dead. I'm gonna say it's.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Oh, shit.
It is that one. It's
Well,
quite
also
a nice
near the
position, you know.
Okay.
Does water?
A red dot suddenly appears on the tomb from on the top. We're like, whoa, how did that go?
I think I asked this the first question, so I apologize if I haven't forgotten what you answered then. But does Waterdeep have like a relatively substantial standing army that's like garrisoned or present down here at these marching grounds? Because that like it's quite a big area.
Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of trouble. I mean, there's this dwarf team that only happens like 5 years ago.
Sure, yeah.
Spoilers, I won't play
decent-
that setting one time.
A decent part of that army has been disbanded nowadays, but there's still a
'Cause,
large.
yeah.
because there's tensions between various cities, notably Luskan.
I guess like because it strikes me that like a city like Waterdeep would sort of fight with like a lot of mercenary companies and stuff. So like to what extent do they sort of have their own Waterdeep army with like the Waterdeep insignia under like the Waterdeep command structure and stuff? Like is
yeah, you know,
like the Overlord, Underlord, or whatever.
But Waterdeep, is that part of like is that ruled by like another or like an overarching kingdom?
The
Or
Open
is
Lord, no,
Waterdeep its
Waterdeep's
own?
independent.
no, Waterdeep is part of the Lord's Alliance, which is a coalition of all the coastal cities of the Sword Coast.
So
But there's no leader of the Lord's Alliance.
No, there's a council, and the Open Lord of Waterdeep is part of that council.
But yeah, no one is specifically higher ranked than the Open Lord of Waterdeep. There's no one he's like definitely.
Got it.
Cool. Yeah.
But they have their own armies, or is Waterdeep have an army that has allegiance to Waterdeep, or is allegiance to Lord's Alliance?
There's both. There is a detachment of the Lord's Alliance, which is also a faction within the city that you sometimes see walking around. But Waterdeep does have an army of its own that's bigger than that detachment.
Sure.
Okay, cool. All good to know. Just to get the sort of geopolitical landscape. Okay, so having checked this out, I mean it's not like crazy late or anything, but I'll say well.
Said like about an hour, so it's still like for like 3-ish or something. I'm like, we should probably wait for Jet to get back, right? Or
Yeah, let's give Jet some time. Tell him what we're up to. And then, wouldn't mind heading back to Trollskull Manor, see if anything's up there. Sometimes there's people waiting for us.
Sure,
I
yeah.
want to hang. And then, if anyone wants to come with, I want to head to the docks this evening and ask around about this Dargon.
Yeah, that sounds
Classic, asking around in inns at the dock. Never done that before.
getting real good at it though.
Maybe Derek hasn't left
Step
yet.
zero quest from Jacko. Step 1, ask at inns in the dock that evening to see if anyone knows anything about the quest.
What day was I maybe performing for the fucking party?
Oh shit.
For the Dunk Sweepers Guild.
Yeah, that was like a little while, right?
Yeah, it was a few weeks out.
A few weeks after, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's fine, that's
Damn,
fine.
that's
I'm trying to get better. I'm gonna be so
It's
fucking
gonna
good.
be like a fucking 20th level bard.
Yeah, dude, I want to get some practice in it. The fucking let's find it. Let's choose it. Oh no, I probably don't get the same, man. But let's go somewhere where I can play, man.
Alright, so Jet doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
After 20 minutes, you guys reconvene.
We'll point out, fill him in on what we've seen. Obviously, like Jet immediately goes to like hop the fence, so we sort of like no, Jet tonight.
I'm already in the mausoleum. Come out of it.
Walks up the stairs, it's like, wait, this is the back door to the temple.
Just like carrying all the treasure. Like, fuck, you guys took your time. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, just fill in.
So fill him in, and then we're not like that. Like, I only lose track of place. Oh, we gotta head a bit north to get to Trollskull Alley. It's probably like another hour or so.
We're just spending all
You
that.
guys are going back to Trollskull. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
so,
why
yeah.
not? We have a few hours before.
Sure.
We have some guests there. We have left unattended.
So yeah, interestingly, as you guys travel north towards the Trollskull Alley and just within the northward, you start hearing a lot of spectacle, a lot of like an audience of like people gathered around, like at the edges of at the
Who's
sides
being
of.
lynched this time?
Nice, we had seen you guys made into a sausage or whatever the fuck they do.
But among the shouts, you also hear music. You hear
Ice
you hear your instruments. You hear singing, and chanting. And yeah, as it gets louder and louder, you guys see in the sold down streets. This one right here. You guys see a big parade traveling from west to east. And then it's pretty big. There's like over 100 people you estimate at least in this parade, and there is acrobats, there's torch bearers, there's jugglers, there's exotic animals,
I don't know why.
and-
I'm hearing a mariachi band. I'm hearing like.
It's weird. There's like as the parade passes by, there's like various songs that blend into each other and like various different bands and musical styles, and you guys see a lot of different banners with the symbol of a very ostentatious hat with a feather on top of it.
That's a
Does it
pride
look like my hat?
I mean, it has a resemblance.
Oh my god, they're already celebrating me, guys.
Ah, man, it's a pride parade. Good job coming out. I like your hat. Very bold of you. I mean, they're excited. Is there anything we could? Do we have to sort of wait for it to pass before we can cross the street, or like?
You'd have to try and go around it if you wanted to.
No, but not like in a desperate rush. If the
Is
natural thing
there
to do
any
is sort of.
way to know what this hat
Yeah,
is
exactly. If
like?
the natural thing is to stop and wait for it to pass, then that's what we'll do. And like in that time, I want to try and figure out what it is. You know.
Yeah, I mean, could we know it, or like we'd have to like?
No, you guys spend some time looking at this parade, and you see at this point there's various people that seem to be part of the parade that are like throwing out flyers to the public around them, and you guys grab one of these flyers and you see it says celebrating the Maidens Fair parade, and you see various dates on the flyer.
Maiden's Fair,
Today
is
being
that
one of them.
2 words, or is Maiden's Fair like 1 word? It's a place.
It
or
is
something?
2 words,
Okay,
Maidens.
Maiden's Fair. Okay, cool.
Fair, yeah.
Wait, but like, what is it? Do we know? Like, what that is?
Yeah, you recognize the name. It's it's a coalition of ships you saw down in the dockward. The weird like elven-looking ships. Yeah.
Do these people look like all kinds of races and stuff? or they
Catcher,
just only one
Heartbreaker, and
race?
Hellraiser.
You spent some time looking around at the people.
Checking them out.
They are various races, mostly human.
Yeah, that's what I
and
thought. It's just like,
mostly
is
male.
everyone a human? Is everyone an elf? Is, just like roughly like, is it something specific? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do I kind of want to join in? I look interested. I like musical performance, and I'm like, well, we're not actually busy, but
And out of interest, what you now that you get a sense of the scope of this parade, somewhere around the middle of the parade, you see a large construction, like a moving vehicle on huge like wooden wheels, being dragged, and on top of that is
really fat
a
dude.
very flamboyant human man standing there with he's shirtless. He
chains through all his nipples and stuff. Zug's
Cool.
Zug's
no, there's no chains, but he does have various tattoos around his body. You
Ah,
can
the-
see, and a very long, thin black mustache that
Ah,
goes
good-
up
good
to his
God King.
up to his shoulders.
Ooh.
To his shoulders.
I'm
So it's
impressed.
like,
To his shoulders.
It's got some width, like it's got some structural rigidity to it.
his structure is
Yeah.
not like droopy. It's like just straight.
No, sorry, it is ropey. It goes down.
But it hangs hangs down, but like far enough that it reaches out to like
Yeah.
here. It doesn't.
It's
it's
pretty
not like a
thick,
sort of
yeah.
I
Is he
like it.
bold?
No, you see a black hair being combed.
Black hair,
Not
so it's pretty
really
bold.
combed.
It's one really long
black hair,
hair.
so he is pretty bold. For the
Oh, no,
others.
no. You see a single strand.
But like,
It's like the ball's
several
worst
miles
combo,
long.
He goes
and it's
around
like,
like 20 times. Yeah.
I have.
No, you see a long black hair, like also
Okay.
going down his back.
Okay.
And
imagining Ron
he's
Jeremy.
shouting, he's laughing. Yeah, he's a deep voice like ho ho ho.
Okay, it's definitely
Santa.
Welcome to the Maidens Fair, and he says stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is an interesting point. Other than that, yeah, it takes about 15 minutes of you guys just standing there for this parade to to pass you.
If there's like festivities going on amongst the people watching, like so people just hanging around by the side, like getting in the dancing and the music and stuff, I'll join in just because it's a fun time. Sounds like a good day.
Okay. Yeah, you see, there's a mix between the North Ward is usually pretty calm, and the people have a bit of a cold disposition. So there's a mix between people that are like hanging back, arms crossed, like these fucking interruptions, and people that are embracing.
Rich cunts, I'm fucking dancing.
North Ward is like labors, Chris, not rich.
Oh, that's the rich ones.
The North Ward it's the second richest neighborhood.
I think these like the middle class.
I thought like
the
Dock Ward and the Southern Ward were like the. Which ones?
I didn't mean labels. I meant like
the Sea Ward's like the.
I meant like business. You know what I mean? Like not labels, but like.
No, I forgot. The Sea Ward's where you live, right? And that's like the super. Okay.
It wasn't like high class.
Sea Ward is gentrified. Dock Ward is dangerous.
I mixed it a bit. But anyway. Well then, get out of my way, you moody cunts. I'm fucking dancing.
Yeah.
Right. Give me a performance if you want.
Can I play Jacko? My instrument, like to his dancing.
Sure.
I'm trying to.
He's assisting.
And I get a new benefit now.
Are you trying to do your own thing, or are you trying to?
Nah, I don't want to get to it. I'll like do a little twist on it,
Okay.
A little twist. But I have my new advantage when there's like 10 onlookers, but there's fucking hundreds.
Nice.
So
I would meld into the stone.
I'm so bad still.
My dance is pretty sick though. I like doing the splits.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's very acrobatic.
I moonwalk.
Yeah, you see the flamboyant man is paying close attention to like the public around him. He's trying to raise them up specifically, like, "Are you over there?" Like stuff like that. And as you guys are dancing, he says, "Ah, yes, finally, I knew the city wasn't dead. Come, join in the festivities."
Fuck it. Fuck it. Like,
kind of shrug like,
we're just going home. I'll get in on these festivities. Jacko, join the festivities.
I was like trying to join in with the other like instrumental players, I guess, in like the parade.
I'll just get in with like a group of people who are dancing. I don't really care if I'm doing the same dance as them. People are having fun. I'm down for that fun stuff.
All right, you guys follow in the parade. There's
Jet, come on.
Yeah, I join as well there as well.
You can't even see Jet anymore. He's just fucking.
Yeah, Jet's like 5 minutes until school already. I don't know what's pretty past the parade. It's gonna be solid.
You dance as well, nice.
Check. Performance. Bam. Fuck. Bam.
Yeah, you guys are greeted warmly.
Too much armor and shit to dance nice.
Various performers around you. There's a lot of dancers like that appears to have some sort of choreography. But you can also smell as you get closer, like the smell of booze on their breath.
Share.
I'll get out one of my Castle Bull.
You take one of the flasks out of their hands, and they're like, "Ah, yeah."
I'm still carrying out the fucking cask of bourbon we found, like on the fucking mountain. So I grab some of that.
Nice. Yeah, I think you had 3 bottles in total.
No, I vote 5 on Jacko. I vote on.
You wrote 5. Okay.
I vote on 5. That's what he said. I have 5 bottles of bourbon.
Maybe 3 were left after you guys drank 2 of them.
Maybe,
I don't know.
but I change it.
Anyway, you still have enough bourbon. You guys see that this parade it's traveling eastward down Solden Street, and then over here it goes north.
Hey, take us the correct.
Perfect. We're going to school.
The whole parade is going to end up in the like, invites everyone.
We're going to be like after party at our Jets, I'm trying to get some sleep, and we're like fucking blowing down the window.
Also of interest, as you guys are passing there, you see one of the walking statues.
Nice.
Yeah, give me that.
The sword maiden you have unlocked.
Unlocked new achievement, boys.
The sword maiden.
Like one of the levels in the campaign guide, it just says they get their 5th level when they find every walking statue in the city.
Yeah, the sword maiden is a statue of a large female, obviously decked out in metal armor and a sword and shield. You guys are traveling. Like this parade is traveling pretty slowly, considering the amount of people and the various animals and the carts being dragged around. So it does take you a lot longer. But as you guys are traveling within the parade, you guys do actually notice that it is going towards Troll Skull Alley. It is
Nice.
it moves northward on the Ostabran Street and then to the Seardun Street, and it seems to be going westward here to like go around the high road.
Okay. So it
So I
literally
guess we're
goes
gonna
like
go past the entrance.
Yeah, it does take you past your house. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make a good time, but I'll slip on out.
Yeah.
I'll make a last-ditch attempt to use my incredible dancing to distract everyone while Jet hits him with a rocket launcher and I make a grab for the Soul Stone. But assuming that doesn't work, assuming that doesn't go my way, we'll just chill out in Troll Skull Alley. Man, it's a 21 performance. I really could have distracted someone with that. That would have been,
Instead, everyone was
could
just
have danced seductively in front of some
Way
guys.
easy.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Jet's
you guys
been waiting
find
for like 2 hours here.
Jet in the tap room, I'm sure. Interesting. In Troll Skull Alley itself, there does appear to be some sort of chaos on its own.
Oh.
Well, first of all, you guys haven't really seen Troll Skull Alley in the afternoon before. You guys always went very early in the morning or very late at night. So looking at it now, you see it's actually pretty busy, just with a general populace, people that are visiting the shops and tourists and stuff like that. And there's a bit of commotion outside of the magic shop. Let's see, what was it called? Bookworm's Treasure. You see there is a bit of a crowd gathered there, and you see a wooden sign being lifted above this crowd, and there's some shouts, but you can't really make them out right now.
Okay.
You can't make out from the sign either.
I walk closer and make out the sound, Jaco.
Cool.
Okay, Jet, you have a bit of a lead on the others. Yeah, you recognize the woman handling the sign.
She knows how to handle a sign, if you know what I mean.
You notice her as she's Fala Lafayette. She is the woman in charge of the apothecary in the alley, and she's shouting, "Down with the bookworm! Down with the bookworm!"
Well, I want a haircut. I want a haircut. Yeah.
Is there any people like not in the crowd but like outside the crowd watching?
You notice nobody's really like helping her with the chant or with this apparent protest that she's doing, but they're gathering around her.
Here, not like,
they're like
in the moral cause. Okay.
They're looking at her. They're looking to see if there's any reaction from the shop.
They want to see like magic fireworks go off at her or something.
I would like tap a guy that's like outside the crowd and like, excuse me, friend, but what's actually happening here?
It looks to be a little bit of a fight between the shops around here. This lady is protesting that the wizard shop is using the wrong paper. Doesn't sound very exciting, I know, but latest I've heard is that this wizard is actually pretty powerful. So I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to react. Maybe he'll turn her into a frog or something.
Polymorph is a pretty good.
That sounds a bit interesting. I would thanks, friend, and I would go like wait for the party to. Like I guess I'm seeing them on the way there.
You see them like obviously you can still hear the parade in the background as they're passing past Troll Skull Alley, and you see the others like stumbling outside like the parade, like pushing to the edges.
Got, like beads wrapped around our neck, covered in like confetti, like.
Yeah, you're drenched in various alcohol.
Yeah, but I was before. So.
You all now wearing slippers. I don't know. You don't know how it happened, but
we got flowers hung around our necks, and like Hawaiian shots. So I'm like, where did any of this come from? Okay, so we turn up and see this going down, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. You see the.
Sure. I'll like Jet. Let me go. I want to ask Jet what's going on. You assume you tell us about like the paper and like.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Wrong kind of paper. Do I know anything about, like, is there, like, a specific paper that's supposed to be used for magic books, Jacko? Do I, like, know about paper craft? Should I roll for that?
Arcana, yeah.
Paper grudges.
Like, the sort of the either thaumaturgical properties of paper?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
Do
know,
I know
there's
anything?
I don't know.
Cool trained in Arcana. Wait, no.
Guys, I'm +6. Don't even fucking roll. None of you could roll nat 20s and not beat me. I'm too good.
I don't know that.
Matt does not.
I've only got
not
+2 best
check
scripts. Let's relax now.
you know,
that
there's
obviously
very
makes you an idiot.
But why do we
there's
have
various
it?
different
Oh yeah.
materials of paper that can be used for, you know, the writing down of scrolls and spells.
I knew that.
They're more commonly used. They're just like enchanted normal papyrus, like or like paper. There's not much very special about it. But like various cultures have different traditions.
Right, yeah, like, because magic would evolve from sort of, like, tribal traditions in certain places, or, like, with superstitions, so people might have different ideas about, like, what's the correct way. There's not necessarily, like, the most sort of scientific way of carrying out the magic, but, like, you know, as a sort of idea of how it should be done. Okay. Okay, so, like, I get, like, a vibe of sort of, like, what the protest is kind of about.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm also keen to see if there's any polymorphing going on for this powerful wizard.
Hearing about this, you see the lady, like she eventually gives up on the chant, and she starts talking or like shouting at the crowd that's gathered around her. She's like, "Don't you understand? They're using duskwood paper. Soon there will be no more duskwood trees left. Do you know how many get chopped down each year?"
Do I know anything about the duskwood tree?
That was like elf bullshit, right? Like, she's human, Jacko, yeah.
No, you can roll nature if you want.
She's human, Jacko.
I know nothing about duskwood trees.
Jacko, she's human.
Nature. Where's nature? Nature.
We
Yeah.
Never do skill checks. Never do skill checks. This is a combat campaign.
Let me check. Yeah. Oh, wait.
He's an elf, right? That gives him advantage. Or half elf, whatever.
The highest is 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, like, it's not really. I don't get it necessarily because, like, she just asked, "Do you not know?" So if we don't know, I will just say, "No, no, we don't."
No.
All you know is Raven. They have black bark.
Okay. Yeah. So I say, "No, no, we don't. We don't know about the. Could you tell us?"
Well, yes. Thank you. Yeah, the duskwood trees. They're being chopped out just right outside of the city. There's a huge forest, but soon it's dwindling. And this dragonborn, this idiot, is participating in the destruction of this beautiful forest by using duskwood paper.
Who owns the forest?
I don't know.
Isn't
Nobody.
that- Oh, that's right. But who
I
owns
mean,
the
it's got to be.
land?
It's got to be someone's territory, right?
Well, I'm sure
someone's
there's
gotta-
there's people living there or something, but I don't know.
And
We
I
have-
mean, if the trees are owned by someone, presumably like provide some kind of charter to cut the trees down. Does that mean-
Trees aren't owned by anyone. They're free spirits, just like you and me.
Ah, no, I see. I'm on the same page.
I'm
as you,
not.
right?
I
Yeah, I see. What you're saying.
I mean, the little like motion.
Yeah,
in
no,
my
no.
head.
I get it. I get it. Carry on. I'm just gonna stand here and watch.
Okay. You stand there and watch, and now that you're paying attention to both her and the shop, you do see like movement behind the windows of the shop. You see a curtain being moved every now and then, and
I want to not
The-
be within 30 feet of her.
the person is not
Rooster changes.
coming out, but you can tell that they're paying attention.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look like we're any frogging today.
Doesn't appear so right now.
Is she sort of picketing the shop, or like could I sort of walk past her and go in?
She's
That's good.
she's standing like in front. She's trying to pace like the entire front of the building.
So
she's
it's like yeah, picketing is and like okay.
But you can walk past her if you want.
Yeah, I don't want to take any chances with crazy Karen right now. I can just come back later.
All right. I say, well, the lady's still like mostly talking to you guys because you're the only ones who have responded thus far to her, and
Sure.
She says, please help me with this protest. The Duskwood trees are very rare. The forest outside is the only place in the world that has Duskwood trees. They're very special.
Now hang on a minute. I've heard of a lot of fucking pretty strange and far off places. There's no way you could possibly know if they have Duskwood trees there or not.
Only one in the known world?
I know, that's fair. Known world's pretty big. Is this it over here, by the way, Jacko? This.
Nah, I think she means like a fucking huge forest, right?
Is there?
Like
that's like a tiny forest, you know. Where are we?
Yeah, you guys.
So not just like these small groups of trees around the city on this map. It's like
no, it's not on the Undercliff.
Okay,
like it's
cool.
a bit eastward, like 2 days travel at least.
But like, is it like? It's not like within Waterdeep territory. Like obviously Waterdeep is
if it's any city's territory, it's definitely Waterdeep. But you're not sure whether it's actually property of the city or
like what the legal city bound, like.
No, Waterdeep is
if it's
so it does extend outside of the city itself. But
couldn't you plant some more Duskwoods instead of? I mean, I look at the sign. She's like got a sign, right? She's like hammering into the ground or something. Is it a wooden sign?
Yeah, it's and then it's like written in black ink. It's called it's Save Duskwood.
So like you see, instead of making that sign, I say, for example, you could have planted a tree, and then that would have been
made a sign from that. Yeah,
another tree in the world instead of another sign in the world, and one less tree.
Many trees.
Yeah, but like you also made that sign. Like that's pretty hypocritical.
Well, this wood has already come from a dying tree, and I wish to give it
vegan protesters, for fuck's sake.
But I appreciate your concern, friends.
And the wizard just cuts down all the trees willy-nilly and doesn't care about them.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't personally cut them down, but
maybe they only come from dying Duskwood trees,
Yeah, it sounds to me like what you really need to be protesting is the import of Duskwood into the city, not the people purchasing it once it's here. You've gone too far down the supply chain. Even if you succeeded here, other people are just going to buy the Duskwood that's coming into the city anyway.
But make a persuasion roll. Or persuasion is it right? Yeah.
Ooh. Sometimes the numbers, they're decent.
Oh.
If she seems interested or like kind of like she's listening, just kind of expand on us a little bit. Like when you think about it, it's the import laws that are allowing this to happen. Really, you should talk to the the merchants that control what goods are traded into the city.
Go to the source.
Convince them not to import Duskwood. Then nobody in the city will be able to buy it. Problem solved.
I suppose there will be many sellers around the city.
I imagine there's only a limited number of suppliers that are bringing it in. That's the way. If you target it there, you can choke it off.
Would you know who I could talk to specifically?
Personally, I'd start at like this. Where does the Open Lord sit? Or like where's Town Hall and all that? Like sort of trades ward somewhere, I assume.
No, I believe.
Or like what's like the sort of the biggest sort of like.
The
business
usually
center.
where like the government is stationed.
Sure. And like the guild district, like where are all the guilds and stuff?
The guilds are they are in the trades wards. That is
trades ward, okay.
Populated trades ward, and they're like what makes big business happen.
Okay.
Right, surely.
Yeah. I'd suggest, well, if you inquire at the Merchants Guild, I mean, I wouldn't immediately make it obvious that you're like looking to shut anything down, but if you approach them as a person with a potential business opportunity, it shouldn't be too hard to get information on the total bulk of Duskwood imported into the city and which companies are importing it, or guilds, and what times and from where. I mean, obviously from where, if there's only one place it's growing, but the point is, like, all of those.
Venture from the inside out is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, all of those deals, they've got to be permits and trade agreements. They've got to be licensed to bring those goods into the cities. All of this requires like legislation that could be, changed with the right amount of pressure to make it illegal to. I mean, there are certainly things that are currently illegal to bring into the city, or at least would have to be declared. Like I assume like drugs and stuff exist that happen. I don't know actually. What would be something illegal that like you have to Are there like narcotics that illegal that like?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
There's
yeah. So
poisons. There's
yeah. So you know.
alcohol.
There's you know.
Alcohol.
It wouldn't be too. I say wouldn't be too hard. It would be within the realm of possibility to get Duskwood put on a list of protected goods that require special import licenses, or even is just potentially banned outright.
I go to the man on board by this conversation.
Yeah, you can tell the lady. You're talking at a very fast speed, and the lady is trying to understand the specifics of what you're saying. But she's like, go to the Merchants Guild and find out what they're up to. I see.
That's it. Yeah, you got it in one.
Yeah, medicine is a wisdom score, not an intelligence score, after all.
Oh, thank you, stranger. Would you mind accompanying me in this quest to save the Duskwood Forest?
Add it to the journal.
You work at the apothecary over there, right?
I do.
I've got I got some stuff I need to get done this afternoon, but tell you what, go find out what you can. I'll swing by later and see what you found out.
All right,
that's not
it's
deception, by the way. That's like that's truth.
Yeah, no, she believes you wholeheartedly.
She got Jacko.
And she, well,
It'll entirely change this conversation. You're very helpful afterwards. I'll come with you, fair lady.
let's see if I can find it. Probably not.
She's a Karen. How hot can it be?
Yeah,
Not Karen.
It's not
you can
disqualifying.
tell she she's a wood elf. And elves like that are pretty ageless. But yeah, she has long braided hair. She has like an expressive face. She's not like traditionally beautiful as elves usually are, but she does have some interesting qualities to it.
It's like 6 out of 10 is what you're saying.
Yeah, 6.5 at least.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and she, Morda, you've been at the background of this conversation, but you do vaguely know this person as being part of the Guild of Apothecaries and a friend of your mother's, Father Lafayette.
Well, that's awkward. I'm not getting with her.
Now there's a possibility of a threesome with her and her mother.
Morda would enjoy that.
I thought it was a threesome with Morda, Yeah, and you know the apothecary that she is in charge of this, the Corallan's crown. You can see it. Okay,
once she sort of made herself
puts down the sign and says, "I'll go right now. I'll see you in the afternoon, and I'm sure I'll have uncovered their evil plot."
Give her a thumbs up.
Yeah, she excitedly hurries down the alley.
Nice.
Now, at certain moments, you do actually see. You're standing pretty close to the house or like the shop at this point.
Yeah.
You see,
like as soon as she's gone, I sort of like look back at the shop, like, and kind of glance at the others, like if they're wondering about going in or whatever.
You see a window open, and a gold dragonborn with like a long goatee, a long white goatee, leans out and says, I'm terribly thankful for you to have chased her off. She's been on that stupid protest all morning now. It's a charade, I'll tell you.
So the woods are fine?
Oh, no.
I'm sure they'll regrow trees as they chop them down. I mean, that's how these ventures happen, do they not? They're not idiots down there.
Tell it to Brazil.
I have very trustworthy accomplices in the
accomplices. You don't know you that word.
They know what they're doing.
Fair
And
enough.
I've had a partnership with them for years, and I've never heard any complaints.
You haven't.
You can roll me an insight check.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm also there. I'm also going to insight check.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, can't trust this
Everyone
boy.
wants, yeah.
Man. Ooh.
They're just like peering over, very sure, like, sure about that.
Please
stop this man staring at me. He's video funny. It's like...
Yeah, Raven, you. I mean, this is the first time you've met him. It's hard to tell for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems to be just like a little bit. How do you say? Like rough, like not very polite. So it's hard to say whether he's like trying to distract you or lying. Jet, you do get a sense that he's trying to wave away the issue, and that he's not telling everything he knows about Duskwood. But anyways, now that the pest is gone, my shop can reopen. Do you wish to enter?
I glance at the others.
What do you sell?
Well, various magical items and artifacts and spells, paper. Each other's like.
I kind of weigh my very meager coin purse, and I'm like,
why not? Look, you know.
Why not?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, give us the item list, Jacko.
Sure. You guys enter the magic shop.
Yeah, have a look around.
Let me see.
The only shop you actually need an item list.
Also, I'm more of a chat with the guy as well. Opportunities.
Yeah. I want to ask.
Let's see.
Not to sound racist, but do you know anything about dragons?
This guy is gold.
If only it was a brass dragon.
Yeah, so the shop is called Bookworm's Treasure. And you see the front of the bookstore as like a sign of a gold dragon going around like a treasure hoard of like various magic items, books and scrolls and stuff like that. Once you step inside, like it is beautiful, like all hardwood. You get the sense that maybe the woodworker had a helping hand on that, and you can smell in the air as like almost an earthy scent of like very old books, and you can see like there's like an open second floor that is filled with like the back walls filled with books, like bookshelves. And the inside the building almost seems like bigger than the outside. And the gold dragonborn stands on like in front of you and behind the counter. He's gold. His golden scales like a bit not as shiny as they may have been before. Like a long gray goatee, and he says, "Let me introduce myself. I am Rishal. I am the proprietor of this shop and arcane. I provide arcane services. It's a pleasure."
See, Willem of Neverwinter.
Oh, Max.
More or less.
Okay. He takes the hand, surprisingly strong for what you assume is his elder age.
Dragon Ball strength bonus,
Let me just go through the things that he has displayed. There's various spell scrolls that he has like hung up on the wall that you recognize some of them, like mage armor and magic mission shield.
Is he just charging like regular prices for the scrolls? Because I wouldn't mind if he scrolls mage armor, but assuming they're like I can't afford them.
Are you? I forget. Are you a member of the? Sorry, what was it called? Shit. Have you registered as an arcane user in the city?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have. Okay, yeah. So,
It would be pretty weird for him to be a member of the Black Stuff Tower.
Yeah. I remember you asking me like, "Are we doing character creation stuff?" Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But it's not like that's into the whole being a.
In that case, he does charge a normal. For the items he charges normal.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I was kind of hooding right now, but like I sort of express interest in like some of the scrolls, and mage armor and stuff.
He does have like the magical ink and paper he needs to like copy spells. He has all the arcane tools.
Are there any like, whatever they're called, like wondrous items called, like the lowest level items, magic items.
The torch should never go.
Forget what they're called.
Yeah, you do see some wondrous items. Let me.
I always forget it. That's Pathfinder or D&D. It's
I
called.
mean, you
That.
can just find Wondrous Items no matter what edition you're in.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
wondrous.
You see like
Much
a
wonders.
like what looks like an ancient jar.
That's
and
my
that-
father.
and has some wisps coming out of it every now and then. You see a lantern, and you see a feather, a very beautiful, like a long brown feather.
Can I like? I want to like go up to the kind of guy as we're kind of also looking around and be like, "Yo, reckon you could help me with something? You're like, like
Mhm.
it might be. I'm not sure if it's real magic, but it's like magic, science, same shit, right?" And I kind of grab like I like kind of take from out. I take out from out like one of like the pouches of like gunpowder. Like,
Okay.
And I kind of like like kind of place on those kind of like what this stuff is. It's some sort of, I think, like magical reagent maybe. I don't fucking know if it actually is, but do you know what it is, or if you could make more?
He grabs a pouch from the desk and it looks at it, sniffs it, says, "Wow, certainly interesting. I'm not familiar with this ingredient. I'm afraid it is possible that it's used in various arcane rituals. However, I'm not knowledgeable of them. It does not permeate magic, at least.
Alright, no worries. Kind of like take it back.
It is certainly not from around here."
Okay, no. Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah, you guys see like he quickly explains like the feather. It's like a charm basically, and if you wear it, you can cast Featherfall, but it has a certain amount of charges, and then it's out. The jar, he explains, holds like some sort of like slime within it, some sort of magical slime, and if you open it, the slime comes out and will protect you in some manner. And the lantern, yeah, that's you guys recognize this similar lanterns that are around the street, like it's enchanted with a continuous flame. Which means it never goes out and it will work underwater and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah.
It's an interesting selection.
And like, if I go up to the second floor, like the books, they're like, are they like they're not? Are they just like magical? Books?
No,
like,
it is.
They just come. Like,
I mean, without casting spells, you probably can't figure it out if the books themselves are magical. But or you'd have to like spend some time with them and like, actually study them. Yeah, but you see it as it's more like a library than a shop up here. Various topics
Actually, that's just a thought. Like in a city where magic is kind of controlled to the degree it is, would like things that are specifically magical be like you'd be like required to mark them in a shop as like magical, and like people so if like a book were magical, could anybody just go in and buy that, or would you have to be like a registered spellcaster like with the spell scrolls?
You could buy it, but if you use it, then
Ignore that.
So like and like sure.
Purely academic purposes, I'm buying this spell book.
Okay. Yeah. So like after, I don't know. Are you still looking around?
I mean, the library's like this guy looks clearly very well read and like knowledgeable, right? Based like a thing. Do I know how old Dragonborns live to be?
Bit under human age, I think. Like 80 at the max.
Under human age. Okay.
A bit like a decade or two shorter than humans, if I recall correctly.
Age.
So.
Yeah, they reach adulthood by 50 and live to be around 80. They're common enough that you would know.
Still like human age, based. Oh wait, older than human. Added adulthood by 50.
15.
Oh, 15. I was like 50. If you die at 80, that's an unlucky.
Very short maturity.
Yeah, okay, but that's like pretty close to human.
Yeah, it's within the
like 70
time
like
frame.
Okay, just when you feel like super old and with no cool shit. Man. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, up on the list before. I kind of not that. Like, yeah, it's cool stuff though. And I.
Okay.
Sorry, Rebecca.
Are you guys preparing to leave, or?
No, I like as we're sort of like wrapping up with looking around. I want to go over them and sort of. I don't want to tap my like Force Grey badge, but like I want to make sure it's like prominently noticeable and like sort of in a. Now, if I can ask a couple of questions now in a more official capacity.
He glances at your badge,
time.
instantly recognizes it, and I always wish to help the Force Grey.
It's alright. It's nothing. It's nothing particularly to do with you. It's more that. Well, I don't think it's any particular secret. A dragon is rumored to have taken up residence in the Great Harbor. A bronze one, as it happens. I wouldn't want to assume, your learnedness based on, your race, but you are clearly a well-researched man, and I myself know little of dragons. I was wondering if there's anything you could tell us about why it might be here and what it might be seeking.
Oh, well, I have long since removed the shackles that comes with my skin color. I have grown beyond. Dragons come in many colors, chromatic and metallic. As you are probably aware, chromatic ones have a tendency of malice and evil. Metallic ones have a tendency of good within them. Obviously, it can never be quite so simple as that, but do you know the age of this supposed dragon?
I do not, although I was not instructed that it was particularly young or particularly old, so the assumption I was working off was adult age.
Well, I'd say age is even more important than the color of its skin. It's of its scales, I should say. The age it matters for its intelligence, for one, as it does for us all. But also its actions. If it is young, be careful. If it is old, be even more on your guard. It will scheme. It will manipulate. It will do things beyond your comprehension. They are powerful creatures and should be respected and feared.
Thank you for the words of warning. We'll certainly.
Now, if you wish to acquire any of these items, to aid you in this matter.
Not today, I'm afraid. But you'll certainly. This is certainly not the last time you'll see us. You have a very useful infantry. I can see a lot of utilization here.
Of course, I am Rishal the page turner, after all.
Naturally. Turn pages.
I've turned many a page in my time.
Or like you yourself are a real page turner. Like I just can't wait to find out what happens next. Just my knowledge. Nice to meet you, Rishal.
Find out next time.
That's quite good, man.
Even on a cliffhanger, of course he does. Yeah, make a sort of pleasant goodbye. Assuming Max is like also good to go.
Yeah, I kind of nod my head at him.
Once again, thank you for the matter with the herbalists. We have had some tensions in our time in the alley.
Hopefully she finds a satisfactory resolution without destroying your business.
Hopefully, indeed. Okay, you guys exit the shop.
On the way out, I'm sure it's already occurred. But I'll just like briefly say to Max, the apothecary might be an equally good, if not better, bet for finding out about your mysterious black powder.
Yeah,
maybe
talk to the alchemist or some shit.
Yeah.
It's all what I might go ask.
She seems a little off her rocker, but she might still know things about apothecarying.
Like, yeah, and
Alchemy. She's like an alchemist, right? She's just like it's like
I don't know. Is she just like healing herbs?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is she like specifically like a healer, or is she like an?
Yeah, you're not quite sure like what she does or the service that she provides, but you can see her house is like the second biggest. Obviously, nothing compared to your Trollskull Manor, but it is a 3-story house, and the third story is like all converted into like a greenhouse. Like there's a glass, translucent glass walls, and you see like you can see from here like there's a huge variety of flowers and herbs.
What's the name of her shop?
The Corellan's Crown. I can write it down.
Do I know if Krellin's like a kind of plant or some shit?
Roll nature.
I need one.
Ooh.
Just double check. No, you. Yeah, well, you do. You know that it is like a healing herb that was named after like an elven god of some kind.
Oh, so it's like fucking what's it called in Lord of the Rings? That he's like, this is
King's Foil.
yeah. Cool. Okay. Is it like very rare or some shit? Do I know like what it actually is, or just know the name?
Sorry, do you know it?
Like what it actually did, or I just know the name?
You know that if you, it is one of the more strange ones. Like it's not very commonly used, but in times of a long-term like physical injury, it is used in teas and herbal mixtures to help the healing process. But it's like a long-term healing process.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Reminding.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, maybe she'll know, but she's also fucking nuts. So.
I'll shoot back later anyway.
Yeah.
I'm honestly interested to see how she gets on. I'm actually good.
Sure.
Head back
Okay.
to the manor. See how the boys are doing.
And back
Do we
to
still
the
have our
manor.
3 orphans? Are they still around?
How much have they messed up the tavern?
What's the adoption?
Do we still have our 3 orphans?
Well, first,
That phrasing.
let me pull up the Trollskull Manor music.
Look, Tom, sometimes you need to make a meat dragon and not just any meat will do.
And as you guys go to Trollskull Manor, you don't hear or see the orphans.
Smell it?
No.
Oh.
Have they
You
messed
know-
up
you know
the
Jeff, you left them in
tavern?
the tap room. There is a broken glass that wasn't there before, and you see like a little note next to it that says "sorry" with 1 R.
Nice. Right, that's impressive for a fucking orphan.
Yeah, right.
No parents like sit them down and bounce them on the knee and be like, A is for apple, B is for balls.
Is there like broken glass everywhere, or just this one broken
No,
glass?
it looks like they've actually like tried and gathered all the pieces.
Okay, yeah,
on
that's
in the main.
Scum.
that's
That
good.
like finds them and makes them eat it. Like, fuck.
You learn, child.
Jesus.
But yeah, you left them in the tap room. They're not. They don't seem to be around anymore.
I'm gonna poke around upstairs because that's. I gotta go hang that painting anyway. Get it off my quest list.
I point out the other paintings that suddenly appear.
Yeah, you do know. You notice for the first time the paintings that Jet was talking about.
But
seem to
they're
have
already
been
on the
cleared.
walls, though, right?
Yeah, but this is the
Yeah.
first time you.
Yeah. Nice.
But you don't have to hang them personally. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, maybe you
Golden
should leave
quest.
that painting somewhere and they'll just hang it for you, dude.
I mean, it's just sitting around in the study right now. Maybe it has been hanged. Hanged? Hung? Hung,
Hung.
yeah, it's definitely hung in the sense of the painting. Oh, it'd be weird if it had been hanged.
You see the orphans inside the painting, like.
Oh, yeah, they've been hanged!
But you can...
Okay. Yeah. I mean, assuming it hasn't, I want to. That's like I've got like still a painting from the early session. It's apparently worth something, but I want to put it up in my study with all my stuff because I think it really improves the aesthetic.
Okay. You put it in the study. I'm assuming you grab a nail or something to.
Yeah, like I assume it's like probably just the odd nail sticking out of the wall somewhere here or there in this house. So I was like, pry one out with a hammer and repurpose it here. It's also got like my stuff, my spell books and I say my spell, like all sort of Willem's personal like researching stuff is in this library and study now. Like it's moved it all in over time. Sort of slow process of becoming a home office.
That these walls. These walls are pretty. untrustworthy. They're still like the wood hasn't been replaced. And if you try and like put a nail on them, there might be damage.
Exterior wall, Jacko. That one's got to be sturdy, or we'd all be dead.
Yeah. That wall's joined by some stone.
Yeah, I like find a bit like. Yeah, I look at the sort of. I was planning on doing like what is a wooden, and I don't, and I kind of like look at it, and just like stick the nail in between like some mortar and stuff, and then hang it on that, like so. So like, worst case scenario here is like nail isn't secure and a painting falls off, rather than like cause a wall to collapse.
Cool. Yeah, you spend some time being careful about that, and sure. the painting is like pretty big. It's like a meter and a half at least.
Sure. Yeah.
So, it covers a pretty.
It doesn't fit this. I hang it in this space, and it like sticks out in front of either window a little bit. It's like it's not perfect, but like cool.
But I mean, it's beautiful. I believe you took the one from. Do you remember which?
It was one of the three. I don't know which.
I think you just said you take one of them.
I took. All I said was I took one of them. It's literally at random.
Let me roll a d4.
Roll. I didn't even know they had things painted on them. I mean, I guess it was obvious when I thought about it. But...
It's just a frame. You're like, oh no, I'll put in that.
Is.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have even taken one I was planning because I was never planning on hanging this anywhere. I was going to sell it.
Yeah.
That is the city of Luskan, which is the most northern city.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool.
Hey, what are you doing here, Maloon? Get out from behind the bar.
Oh yeah, shit. No, the Maloon's not coming down.
Get out of here.
Maloon's in the basement.
We hear like something on the basement, like, oh, how long have they been down?
Wait, Maloon's not here. Is Raynar here?
They're from like last time.
But they're not something, and they were gonna like tell us.
Who knows? It's not on my quest list.
Okay.
You spend some time around the manor.
I would order some furniture actually. Like, what kind of furniture is in the attic bedroom? Normally, is it just like
I thought we ordered furniture. Was furniture?
Yeah, we did order furniture, but I'll probably like fucking specialize one of.
You want to get like a zero gravity chair?
Willem has already paid for furniture, but you can like try and custom order, like change the order, and maybe pay a little bit extra.
Okay, sure. Because I want to do it like into like a partially study. Like the bedroom part of this, it's very minimal. Would be extremely minimal.
The attic level, there's like no furniture left at all.
Yeah, so I would like to. I guess. Yeah, like there would be like just a corner that I could sleep in, and the rest would be like more or less a small study-ish, like a table we can write on and stuff.
Okay.
And I would change to that.
Do you want it to look special in any kind of way, or just a simple desk and bookcase?
Yeah, and I would have it like be everything be like lower, like the once like the bed. You don't sit on a chair. You like kneel down.
Oh, more Asian.
The Asian thing.
Weeb shit.
Yeah, the weeb shit.
You can definitely have that specifically made. Let me go back to.
It would be one of these like wide, long desks.
You go to the bed, Neil. You speak to Tally. You're gonna have to spend another 25 golds if you wanna, because this is like a style of furniture that he's not used to. So
okay, fine. That is absolutely fine.
Steal more money from the monastery, it's fine, who cares?
This is from my.
He draws some sketches, and it's like there's a low table and some like the bookcase that only goes up to like 3 books, but like goes like it's broader than usual. Okay, cool. And he'll have that delivered within 3 business days.
Sure.
Cool. Anyone else do anything?
I'm really tempted to set up a little shooting gallery here, but I'm struggling to resist the temptation. I'm just like kind of, I'm just like kind of holding the gun in one hand, looking at like, I set up like a chair and put some, some old bottles or some shit on it.
If at like any point I see you, I'm like, come on, the basement.
How operable is this private bath?
Basement?
Chaco? I forget.
The private bath. I mean, the bath is still technically there, but it's rusted to all shit. It appears to be made out of like a cheap metal that once resembled gold, and it's dirty. It is.
The plumbing's not working.
Quite gross. Yeah, there's no plumbing right now.
Alright, Jack, he's right. It's like, he did some shit.
Damn it.
Like, you're right. I'll go down and maybe do a little shooting practice in the basement. But as I'm like kind of on my way down, I kind of call out and be like, if you're not here for me like an hour, come down, make sure I'm not like, I don't know.
Okay, so like over the course of this afternoon, by the way, Jack, I don't really have like a specific description, but I want to sort of, using my general perception and also like any, like, I don't have to detect magic spells, that's obviously going to happen to me, but like arcane, like knowledge and senses. I just want to go around at like times when I'm like not feeling stupid, I'll like talk into the air, and then like at times when it's feeling too embarrassing, I won't do that. But I want to try and get to the bottom of this fucking haunting. I want to go around and like, check every room and ask and like, into the air and like see if I can. I'll spend like I mean, you said you're down there shooting for like an hour, so at least like an hour.
I'm gonna shoot the ghost, but I'm gonna like be down.
This is my plan for the afternoon. Is like,
Only perception check, and what do you say specifically into the air?
Nothing like it's vaguely sort of placating, but nothing like too specific. Just mostly like hey, is there anyone there? We're not looking for trouble. We don't want to hurt you. What are you looking for? Can we help you in any way? Just sort of like, positive, trying to. Definitely not words to the effect of "get out of this house right now or I'll batter you." Like we're staying away from the threats of violence and more towards the kind of placatingness.
Okay. You do. You walk around the house. You don't really see anything up until when you're in the tap room. You hear the various sounds that Max is making right now in the cellar, you almost give up on finding any clues of like a ghost or anything, but you suddenly hear like a pouring sound, and you twirl around, and behind the bar is like an old bottle, like being lifted into the air and like slowly being poured on the floor.
Wow, just rude.
I'd say
you do hear like gluck, gluck, gluck.
Oh, it's not actually landing on the floor.
Is it?
It is landing on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I say, you're having a little difficulty there. Perhaps you should be drinking departed spirits.
I go for them.
Only dexterity.
Nice. I definitely was not like dodging or anything. So, he's fucking quick though. I didn't even need to. I mean, I don't know.
You're looking at the bottle. You can see it like the broad like underside of it suddenly being lifted towards you, and like as a rocket, it flies towards you, but you duck out of the way, and it hits the wall behind you.
Like shatters, presumably.
Yeah, it's completely shattered.
Okay, you made your point, and I just like calmly sort of turn around and start picking up the shards of glass, like I don't even really care, like it's like not even like a big deal.
Okay, yeah, you managed to collect the shards of glass, but you do see like there's like a huge stain now on the front side wall of the inside of the tap room.
Can't remember if that's on the list of things we're getting replaced or not.
It is now.
I guess it is now.
It is.
What is it? It was like a red wine. Is that why it's like left like a deep?
Yeah,
stain?
it's
Okay.
dark red. Yeah.
I thought everything has turned into just
Okay.
whatever it's called.
I'll just like kind of I
Ghostbusters.
won't like even
Ammonia? I don't know.
address or interact with like the potential ghosts for like a minute. I'll just kind of take, kind of calmly take all the bits of glass, like put them wherever we put the other bits of broken glass. Like presumably there's like some kind of waste bin or something around here, or like an area we're just using to collect rubbish. The floor should be fine, shouldn't be stained. So I'll get a sponge and a bucket and like mop up the floor as best I can, and I get it off the wall as best I can as well. And then only once I'm like fully finished, sort of not nonchalantly, but also not hurriedly, kind of getting the room in shape. So turn back and say, "You're not still there, are you?"
You don't get
Sure.
responses.
I shrug to myself, and we make progress. Slow progress, but it's an interaction.
Sure.
Another bang from downstairs. I want to go and see how.
Yeah, how like Jacko, how many like shots and like ammo and like?
So you had.
Well, say how much I had at the beginning, but don't say any you've used all of it. Because I would have been done.
So you have to use the balls and you have to use the powder. You had. Well, let me just double check this real quick. Right. So, yeah, you would have 16 of the bullets.
Okay.
And 4 like packets for 4 pouches of the.
And I think each shot takes 1 pouch.
No. Each shot, you can do. No, I mean, you haven't figured out the exact amount, but you can do quite a few amount of shots with one.
Quite a few. Okay. 4
Um,
packets of a few shots each. Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 16 bullets, or maybe like over the hour, like really like, I'm kind of experimenting to see how much powder I think I need and that kind of stuff, but maybe like 5 to like, but I'm assuming the bullets will be easier to get because there's like I'll go talk to Blackstone at some point today, maybe one lives next door, but like maybe 5 to 8 shots.
You're okay.
Like the hour. And like I'm putting up like bottles on the other end, by the way. This is like an old wine, so I'll find like some empty bottles if there are any or shit like that.
Yeah, the cellar is actually a pretty good choice because, like, obviously it is brick walls, and the floor is just like dirt.
How
Okay.
are the shots going? Is it like, am I anywhere near it, or it's just like completely wrong direction, or hopefully direction?
You're not proficient with it, but you do know how it works. So you can roll just like a range attack roll without your proficiency bonus. And after a few shots, you do like feel pretty confident in the basic mechanics. It might take you a while to try and load it in like a dangerous scenario.
Oh, so hard. But I thought I'd do like a few. Oh man, it's hard. Oh, okay, the third one I got it. Easy shot.
Nice. Yeah, you pull the trigger and less than a second after the bottle that you're aiming at explodes.
It's pretty cool. Okay. So like trying to get the hang of it, trying to do it. But yeah, I guess at some point you said you come down. Accidentally shoot you. God,
you realize each packet of smoke powder, you can have 6 shots.
Okay, cool. And I said I did like 5 to 8. I guess all the D3 is how many of those are actually 5 to 8? Okay, 8 shots I done in total.
8 shots. So you have 8 bullets
left. And you said 4 of 6. So 24, so 16 powder. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, you come down at some point. Chris?
Yeah, probably been in sort of an hour or so.
Yeah.
I just kind of come down mostly to see how you're doing, make sure your brains aren't on the wall.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, sup?
Hey,
I think
how's it going?
Like it's fucking tricky. It's got like a hell of a kick to it, more even than like a crossbow, like way more. But I mean, I hit what I was aiming at a few times.
It's loud, man. I heard it right upstairs.
Yeah, dude.
I kind of like go over and like examine the sort of, like the handiwork of what he's been aiming at. Like,
yeah, you see a lot of. The
holes, but like
you see in the opposite wall, behind the bottles that he's placed, you see after a bit of like investigating, the metal balls being lowered a few inches into the wall.
I check like the broken bottles. I like use a finger to like kind of estimate like how deep into the wall they've gone, and I'll just sort of like think a bit about it, whistle to myself, and turn back. That's a fucking hell of a kick. That ain't a hand crossbow you're holding there.
Nah, man, something.
That'd go through someone in armor, and through the person in armor behind them.
Interestingly, it went through Max as well.
Yeah, it started like I barely counts armor. I guess like I'll kind of go over and look at the ball with him. I probably would have done this early, to like see what that. Like the balls would not be usable, right? They're like flat and not impact. I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say if you hit, yeah, I kind of like the normal rules where you can recover half. So you can find some like 4 of the balls, I guess, that are still
lodged in it, like in the soft mortar between the bricks, like impact.
We'll probably have like a chat about it, like we look at the warping and like discuss like which ones would be safe to shoot again and which ones you probably would risk like jamming the barrel with. Okay.
And I'm like, I think I might have a chat with the blacksmith next door, see if he can, if you have any molds or anything.
Yeah, they look just like little round lead balls, right? It'd be something he could pump out. Fair enough. I was thinking hour and a half, we can head on over to the dock ward and catch the evening rush.
Sounds good.
See what the word is on this dragon. I'll see if I'll go ask Jess and Mordai, see if they want to come with. I'll go and inquire with Jess and Mordai, see if they want to come with. Wait, hang on, where is Mordai? Oh, he's upstairs.
I'm kind of trying to like.
I of course not.
Clean and try to fix some things around the bath.
Mordai's like reclined back in the bath, there's like leg up.
Like a glass of wine.
You see his tail like coming out of the bubbles.
That's working. Shit, has to be fixed.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I put the offer to you guys. I say Max and I are going to go ask around a couple of bars about this dragon in the docks or in the ocean. If you guys are bored for the evening and want to come with. Otherwise, I guess we'll see you,
and then
later or tomorrow.
Weren't we going to the mausoleum at night?
Yeah, that's not
necessarily tonight, but that night. I mean, I've kind of mulled it over. I don't know about tonight. I want to go. I'm going to be out a little bit, finding out about the dragon, and then if I'm up all night and then I have to deal with the dragon tomorrow, that might be maybe another night. Maybe it's not urgent. But I mean, yeah, let's make it a plan for not tonight but tomorrow night then. Mostly.
Okay.
At least that way I can be rested around that.
Break it. Investigation.
I'll return to the pagoda for now, and we'll meet up this evening, I suppose, and hear what you found.
Sure. See you later tonight then. Have fun.
That's not. And then I'll leave and I'll do some fucking inventory.
Nice.
So,
Mordai's coming with, but Ian, you're gonna go to the blacksmith first, right?
Yeah, I'll just kind of like, after he leaves, I'll just head upstairs and head over to the blacksmith.
Okay, you see outside the forge is blowing, or what do you call it, active.
It's all like the fire gens, though, right?
Sorry?
This is like the cool fire gens, dude.
Yeah, there's a fire genasi that you know of called Embrick, but currently outside is the blue water genasi called Avi that introduced themselves on the first day you guys moved in. And she's currently working on like a plate mail chest armor.
I'm like, hey, don't know if you remember Max, we were the guy. I'm like living next door ish.
Of course, I remember.
I'm sure you have a lot of customers.
I am Avi. Names are hard.
Yeah. I always wish I had a spell to remember them. I have a little bit of, I guess, like a metalwork question, I guess.
Well, then you've come to the right place.
Cool. I kind of, reach in and like grab, a hand, like a handle, like 3 or 4 of them, so you can see like they're all like. I'm like, I need some more of these things, I guess, made. Would you be up for that?
I mean, these are quite simple. They appear to be just almost hollow metallic balls.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit harder.
It's very important.
Less material.
Yeah, they need to be like exactly that size. That's what I was hoping. I didn't know if you had like a mold or something. I don't know how these things are made.
I would have to create one of those, but I could do it in a day's work. How many do you need of these?
Kind of think like 20. I don't know. Like, I'm guessing making the mold is probably the hardest part, right?
Yes, the object itself will be done in a matter of a few hours if you require 20 of them.
Yeah, like I might one more.
If I may ask, it's not a weapon of some kind, is it?
I'm like, yeah, it is. That's cool, right? Like you're a blacksmith, you must make weapons all the time.
I see. In that case, I will have my husband do it.
I mean, this is like the amulet. Basically, like like a slingshot bow. It's kind of like that.
A metal ball as part of ammunition.
Yeah, you want to see? It's pretty cool.
Do you have this device with you right now?
Yeah.
Of
It's
course.
kind of loud though.
We should see. She turns back and says, "Emberick, there's something that might interest you." And you hear like from inside the house.
I'm glad I get a show off my gun.
And a few seconds later, he bursts out and says, "What is it?" And he claps. He stands there next to his wife with a hand on her shoulder.
Oh, cute. Well,
you show off the gun.
I want to hit him off. I'm like, yeah, dude. Well, yeah, I was saying that I need these like little balls made and like that fit in this like weapon I found. And she said you might be.
He takes one of the balls in like his huge hand and says, "These are very tiny. Are you sure you don't want a great sword or like a battle axe?"
Dude, it's pretty lit, man. I'm like kind of say, look, it's kind of like loud. Right? Yeah, this is a forge, so people aren't gonna care if that's a loud noise, huh? Like you hit fucking hammers and shit all day.
Oh yeah, we've got many complaints.
Okay, great. I kind of look around. It's like, do you have anything?
We'll just put it over here with the other complaints.
Do you have like so you don't mind to get like a little damage, I guess?
Avi speaks up.
Practice firing
Wow.
cloth with that or something like that.
I have recently finished an order of armor. I am quite proud of it. I
Okay.
would be interested to see the results of it.
Yeah, like, but if it
Lovely
like
weapon.
damages it, there won't be any sort of. You won't be annoyed at me.
You mean like a dent or a hole, or
Maybe a
what do you
small hole.
believe it will cause?
I don't know how. Like, I honestly, I haven't fired at anybody wearing armor because that would be illegal. So like, I don't know.
Oh, I hope you do not fire it at anyone unless you absolutely have to.
Of course,
But
Kill self-defense. That's what the law
yes,
says.
I wish to see it. Any damage that you may cause, I'll be responsible.
All right. I guess
She puts like a chest plate against the wall
Mhm.
and stands back.
Yeah, like I don't go far away because I'm not gonna like fucking miss it and shoot them. But like I'll be like 5 feet, but I'll be pointing a gun at it. So like I'll be aiming for the center. But obviously, if I miss, unless I roll incredibly bad, I'm just hoping.
Yeah, you're probably gonna hit the armor. Yeah.
Like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll
Roll
load.
d20 and
You
don't
you
roll
get advantage if you hold it sideways.
Oh, you're right. 80. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely you had it in the square of the chest.
Bounce back and hits me in the face.
No, it goes straight through the first part of the chest, but it sticks into the back part of it of the chest plate. Yeah, and you see Avi and Embrick kind of speechless for a few seconds.
I'm like, it's cool, right?
I mean, it's a very small hole, but
Dude, I kind of like lift up my shirt and it's like that hole in me. And I'm like, bitch when it goes through though.
A lot of blood can come out of a hole this size.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
are you sure that's legal, friend?
Oh, definitely not. I'm gonna report it to the authorities once I find out what it actually is.
Roll a persuasion or deception. Probably deception. You're probably not gonna do that. Right?
Oh no, alright, deception. 24.
Yeah, you see, Avi breathes a sigh of relief.
Not only do they believe him, but they give him their other stash of illegal weapons to report them. Well, while you're doing
we
it,
were meaning to bring this back, but it's going anyway. Yeah, no, she breathes a sigh of relief and says, well, yeah, we wouldn't want that to fall into the wrong hands.
Definitely
It's
not.
already happened.
Good off top. I'm really happy to hear. I kind of tip my Force Grey hat, to them.
You don't have Force Grey. Oh, yeah, I mean, you do have a very fabulous hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a lightning symbol in it. But why is it Force Grey?
I got what's it named to sew on the badge that we got.
Oh, the badge is sewed on the hat as well.
Yeah, like sewn onto
okay, yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
I'm an
yeah, you tip your head, but Avi holds up a hand. Say, wait, there might be something you could help us with as well.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't know if you're familiar with the woodworker, Tally. Have you?
Oh, yeah, we've had some dealings with him.
All right. And she takes a moment to think, and you see Ambrick. Oh my God, woman! Why can't you just let this go? And Avi like glares at him and no, don't get mad, darling. I'm just making conversation. I'm just wondering what your impression is of him. We've been trying to get into business with him, but it seems something. And then Ambrick speaks up and says, he doesn't like that we're together. Apparently, the fool.
Wait.
It's fine. We faced this sort of ignorance before. It doesn't matter. It's nothing new.
Wait, like it's like a fire and a water Gensai, right?
Genasi, yeah.
Whatever, Gensai. And tell me what was the guy's name? Sorry,
his full name is Talisovar Felbranch.
He was just what was he? A dude?
He's a wait, let me just get the. I believe he was just an elf.
Okay. Also, Jacko, whenever we need to stop, just like.
Yeah. We can finish the scene and maybe see what you guys are up to.
It's like, wait, why the fuck does he give a shit?
I don't know what goes through his mind, but I won't waste any more time speaking of it. And he turns and goes into the house. And, well, I fear my husband was hurt by the whole interaction. We invited Tally over for dinner, to become closer.
Sure.
And it was all going well, and up until the point of dessert that my husband so dutifully made. And suddenly, Tally excused himself. I don't know what happened, but he suddenly seemed very uncomfortable and rejected any sort of partnership between our businesses. And ever since then, he has avoided us.
Huh. That's real weird. Was it a nice dessert?
I mean, it is a bit spicy for most.
Spicy?
Spicy dessert.
Okay, but like
it's a lava cake.
He's upset that you're a couple. So I don't know much about Genessa. Is that like weird?
It is
like no
strange for Genasi to couple with those of the other kinds.
You don't know it's the opposite.
It's not unheard of.
But like he's an elf. Why does he fucking care?
I haven't the faintest clue, and this is why I brought it up.
Sure.
If you have any conversations with him, if you get to know him, please, if you could find out why this happened and what's the cause of it, I would be very grateful. I could even give you a discount, perhaps, on our shops if you need any services done.
Yeah, I'll fucking have a chat with him. I guess see what I can do. No worries.
That would be very kind.
Mm-hmm. Alright, but I'll say but yeah, for now, you said maybe like a day you'll be able to have some of the, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, if you come by tomorrow afternoon, I'll have your 20 metal balls done. Do you wish them to all be the same size then, to fit in this?
Yeah. I think that's pretty important.
They hit like a boule. Maybe we should just call them bullets.
Oh my god. Do you know how much that'll cost now, or?
I have to factor in the time spent, but it will not be more than a few gold at most.
Alright, cool, great. I'll see you tomorrow then.
You have a very nice day.
You too. I'll head out the door.
Okay.
One more bullet, man. This is expensive. You know, got it.
Probably be less expensive after they get the mold, you know? After the first purchase.
Cool. Yeah, so you join with the others. Do anyone else want to do something right now, or do you guys want to travel together towards the dog wards to start your investigation?
I mean, obviously, whatever parade is on the way, we join in, but yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, I should travel south. There doesn't seem to be any sign of the parade, sadly.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, okay. So the plan for the evening, I think, is just I want to gather information about the dragon in the dock wards.
Yeah, well, like I don't do it now because it might take a little bit of time, but Jacko, I probably like I do shit like immediately. That's just how my max brain works. So I will like basically leave that door and go to the fucking woodworker, but we can like do that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like before
Let's,
we
pick up there.
We want in any particular rush. So if we end up
You
wasting, like,
you
half an
want
hour
the
max,
discount now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't have to react to it tomorrow, you know. But we don't get five from these people. Right.
Okay, you guys don't quite level, but good session.
Yeah, I would be shocked. Like, this campaign's gonna end next session, huh? Fucking crazy. Okay. Stuff, guys. And I'm awake for my day. It's still earlier than I normally would wake up. What do I do? Insanity.
I have a full work day out of me.
Not the only one, buddy. Not the only one.
You have a few hours later.
And next week I'm off like the entire week, so we can play more probably. Because Patrick, you're off.
We don't think.
Yeah, I'm completely